from Naomi's Home Health. Let's dive into the third eye chakra. Let me know in the comments, have you been relating to any of these things? Have you watched some of these videos? Is it all new to you, all this chakra healing? I'm still learning, but I find, when I'm looking at this information, I'm like, oh, yeah, right. There are little areas that I could work on. I've been doing all the meditations that I've been posting. So let me know if you've done the meditations. I really love some feedback on this topic to see if it's something that you resonate with, if it's something you've worked on. Let me know if you don't like it at all. I'd love to know any feedback that you have on the information that I provide. Just keep it nice. Sometimes it's not. So yes, the third eye, okay. Third eye chakra is the sixth energy chakra of all the seven chakras. So it's a balance of freedom of thought and expression, and it reflects, and the color is indigo. So the most sort of dark bluey purple, royal blue colored, sort of associated with night. So that color is the color of wisdom and knowledge. So it brings clarity to all the five senses in the body, and it encourages the transformation of energies from the lower chakras to the higher spiritual vibrations. So remembering, when we are working on the chakras, we are starting at the root. Always start at the root, and then we are working our way up. So we're getting that balance, and the root is our foundation, our groundwork. So that's where we start, and then now we're at the third eye. So the signs of a third eye chakra imbalance are increasing desire for material things. What disconnects us from our true self? If there's impatience, expectations, any burdens you might have from the past, negative thoughts that might block your vision, because this is, our vision. So the distance from spirituality, our intuition and our imbalances in that area, how we manifest our indecisiveness, that can be confusion, lack of focus, purpose, depression, not reaching your goals, or the struggle to reach your goals, that brings in self-doubt and narrow-mindedness. So these are just the little things that you can look at, when balancing that third eye. So because it's the center of your perception, your consciousness and your intuition. So it's a focal point of those things when we meditate and dive into knowing what's coming for us. So it's located right here between the eyebrows at the center of your head. So I've got here the crystals. I couldn't think of what I'm called for a second. Crystals that may help balance your third eye chakra. Now, we've got here amethyst, lapis lazuli, hagstone, blue quartz, kyanite, blue apatite, black obsidian, blue tiger's eye sodalite, tourmalinated quartz. Wow, that's a big and ametrine. So the purpley sort of colored crystals that can, you can pop them with you when you're meditating at your desk, like I've said before, carrying them with you, using that beautiful energy to help you increase your intuition, know your consciousness, your goal setting, all of those things. So you could be feeling insignificant. You could have a lack of purpose, unable to tap into your intuition. This is so important when we are healing, because there's so much information out there. There's so many people out there, and the medical trail is mostly about giving your power to a doctor and saying, help me, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but we need to also feel into our own intuition. Okay, a doctor can give me a medical reason to balance my thyroid hormones, but how is he going to help me improve my health? And that is where your intuition comes in, because this is where you need to trust somebody who has either been there or has a wealth of knowledge, or who has, used their own intuition. I've been to even natural healers that, because they haven't had the condition or they haven't been sick, it's still only paperwork that they're reading from, or it's still only knowledge of other people that they're gaining. There's no sort of trial and error, if you know what I mean. They haven't been there, they haven't done it, they don't know how you feel, they can't put themselves in your position as much as somebody who has been there. So being able to know who these people are and trust your intuition. And trust me, when you haven't balanced your chakras, and when you haven't dived into the emotional aspect or the energetic aspect of your healing, and you're just focusing on the physical, your intuition is not going to give you the right information. It's not going to get you to feel into the right person to help you. But what I will say is, every person that you do work with, you will learn something from, whether it's good or bad. You will learn, you know what, I will never do something like that again. I learned so much from choosing the wrong person. I always thought my intuition was really strong, and it was in many ways. But my own intuition for myself was not great at the start. It wasn't until I sat back and thought, you know what, I am not spending another cent until I really dive into who I need to help me and why they are going to help me. And I remember when my friend Prem shared the NRF2 activator with me. And it was one of the first times where my intuition was just going, take it. She discussed it with me. I did a little bit of research, but the minute she started talking about it, because I have trust in her as well, because I know she knows a lot of stuff and she's right into holistic healing, she wouldn't, mention this to me if she didn't think it was going to be great. But everything, like so many people had shared products with me, and I'd go, yeah, I think I'll get that. And there was another woman who had shared a product with me the week before, and I kept going, yeah, I'm going to purchase it, but something just kept on dragging me back. And then my mate Prem just told me about this. She wasn't selling it to me or anything. She just gave me the information, and everything in my body went, take it and get as much of it as you can, and you are going to share this with people. So I started taking it, and I think too, because I trusted it, my body accepted it really well, and it was something that changed my life. It actually, it got rid of my heart palpitations within 2 months. The energy that I had, the vitality, the skin, absolutely everything changed for me in the next 12 months. And it's something I will never, ever stop taking. And that was the first time I remember thinking, this is going to change my life. The medical medium also gave me a lot of information that helped me. I intuitively chose him. I'd been introduced to him years before, but I hadn't gone through the process. So I hadn't learned what I needed to learn before I dived into using a lot of his information. So now I pull information from everywhere, not just him, but I do, so much as a bit of this and a bit of that, and all of it together is what created my healing journey. So intuition is super, super important, and it's not something that's going to be really switched on. It's going to be all foggy up here, and the energy, you don't have that energy. You're not sleeping well. You just don't, you're not really able to move forward, and you're just wanting somebody to say, I'm going to fix this for you, when you got to start realizing it's only you who can do that. Your mind is closed to anything new. So this is why working on the chakras, this is what really changed a lot for me, because I did all the physical stuff right, and I'm thinking, why is this not changing for me? I'm eating, the best food possible. I've removed my toxins. Things had changed, don't get me wrong, but I was unable to move forward because I had a very closed mind when it came to energy and emotional healing. So until you open your mind, which a closed mind is a blockage in your third eye chakra, until you open your mind and allow information in and start to be able to see the big picture, then you're not going to actually fully heal. You need that, emotional path. And I see a lot of comments in here where people are doing the right thing with their health, and then when I bring up the emotional aspect or the energetic, it's a very touchy subject and they shut straight down. So this is what it's about, opening up to that. So this is the third eye. This is how we're going to create this path of healing by, looking at our energetic. We are an energetic being. We are not just our physical body. And unless you work on that, it's not going to get you to exactly where you want to go. So these are the things. I don't talk about chakras exactly in my program, but we do talk about the energy of positivity and gratitude, and we talk about emotions and, just as little things like changing how you speak. If you're the type of person that's like, oh, it's raining, if you're that kind of person, how about, oh, it's raining, the plants are getting watered, I don't have to do it. Flip things to how you can see things in a positive light. It's water, you get wet. That's it. I know it's annoying, but let's look at what it can bring us. You know what? In the school holidays, it rained a lot. I got to spend a lot more time with my kids because they were at home watching a movie with me, or we went to the movies, or we did indoor things. Whereas normally they'd be out on their bikes with their friends, wandering around, doing things. So the positive side of it raining or holidays was for me to spend more time with my kids. These are things that we look at in our program, is how we can flip things to be positive, the power of positivity, the power of our thoughts and our words and our emotions. So when I share information in this group and you don't agree with it or you don't want to do it, let's just look at what it is that you're going to learn from it. Or, you know what, she's sharing this for a reason. Maybe I'll dive into it. Maybe I'll have a little look. Maybe I'll do that meditation that she suggested. Maybe I'll start at the root chakra. Maybe I'll, use an essential oil for, my emotional trauma that I'm going through or the stress I'm under. Just little things, little habits that you can change to create this, boost your vibration, create a higher vibe in your body. So essential oils that we love to dive into, it's my favorite thing, to help balance your third eye chakra. And I've got some here, is jasmine. So I didn't really like this at first, but I absolutely love it now. We've got patchouli, clary sage. Clary sage is a very important essential oil for opening the third eye chakra and diving into your intuition. Frankincense, also very good if you pair it. If you want to do something, a blend for opening up your third eye. Clary sage, frankincense, juniper berry. And I'm going to read a little bit about juniper for you. Those three oils together to open up that third eye and build your intuition. I have a blend here that doTERRA does, and it's called Focus Blend, In Tune, to become in tune with your body, with yourself, with life. And it has in it sandalwood, patchouli, frankincense, lime, ylang ylang, Hawaiian sandalwood, and Roman chamomile, and it smells delicious. So, cypress, rosemary. I want to go into juniper berry a little bit for you, the emotional aspect behind juniper berry. Juniper berry assists those who fear the dark or on unknown aspects of themselves. So this oil is going to, help you dive into the things that you don't want to dive into in order to progress your healing. It helps individuals to understand that those things they fear are intended to be their teachers. So what are you going to learn from this? Instead of hiding from what they do not understand, Juniper berry encourages individuals to learn the lesson and face their fear. Trust me, I know it's hard, but it helps. Where did I get up to? These fears often live within the unexplored areas of the self. Juniper berry acts as a catalyst by helping individuals access and address those fears and issues which have long been avoided. Okay, avoidance is a volcano effect. I've told you about the volcano effect. You keep pushing it down, it's bubbling under the surface, and one day it's going to explode. Dreams contain nighttime communications. Even nightmares can reveal unresolved fears and issues. Juniper berry offers courage and energetic protection in the nighttime. It encourages an honest assessment of the information being communicated from within. As individuals reconcile with their fears and other hidden aspects of themselves, they experience greater wholeness. Juniper berry helps restore the balance between light and dark, conscious and subconscious, day and night. It acts as a guide on the path towards wholeness. Juniper berry teaches that there is truly nothing to fear when one acknowledges and accepts all aspects of themselves. So when you acknowledge and accept everything about yourself, or you start to learn more about yourself, or you start to open up, this is when your healing is going to start to really boom. And you'll notice how you respond to people, how you respond to situations is going to be totally different. It has been for me. You're going to be more proactive instead of reactive, because fears make us do crazy things, really. And when you haven't tapped into those fears, this is what's going to come up for you. So I want you to let me know what you think about all of this. Pop it in the comments, because it's really important that you let me know if this information is good for you, if you're working with it, and we're all here to share our story and support each other. So yeah, let me know in the comments what it is you've learned from this. Anything, put a comment so I can also learn, or know where to go from here with information provided for you guys. So I hope this has been some information, because that really helped you think about what your next step is on your path to healing.